And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lamb. There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. This one fielded at the 5, and he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Down! You ready? I'm coming!
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 24-yard
Down!
line.
54! 80! Hey, we're good! 180! That's up!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. David Johnson here on the catch. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're...
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Check 45 to Mike. Wild.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Down! 185! 54 Mike. Let's go! That's it!
On 2nd and 12, Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a 1st down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And
he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jay Sternberger, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 6. Mike, 46. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Curtis, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a give, right side. Curtis. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 41 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
33-yard line.
Set up, 18 Gator. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Like.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Get it.
To throw is Hughes, operating from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off theirs quickly as well.
On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half, maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Going deep downfield for Ross. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Curtis. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. Always got some breathing room. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
On the set.
46 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here.
Cut.
Hey, check.
On first down, it's Curtis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop.
We don't want this.
Rush in. 6-6. Bullet high.
Shift.
Hey, Delta. Hit it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nicholson. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Slam.
Ready.
They'll run on first down. Curtis. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Go. Shoot.
From the gun, Nicholson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On first down, it's Curtis. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready, get it.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal.
Watch twins. Watch twins. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
Yep.
Grabs.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Here's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 1-yard line.
Down. 185. 54 Mike. 29. 29.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. Going deep downfield for Ross. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 57 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. To throw, it's Carr. He finds his man Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Carr. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Screenplay, Johnson. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready, set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
On the ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Johnson. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Grady Jarrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Carr. Looking deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Ready up.
46. 46 to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. Curtis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
61, matchbox lights. Check 3, check 3. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Nicholson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 14.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Check, 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 check. Check, check 43.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check 99, check 99.
General West.
46, 46 to Mike.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Big dribble, big dribble.
Throwing on first down. Hughes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Carr. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Got it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight down, there you go. Say.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Here's 2nd and 8. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw his car. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
6-man. Check girls, check girls.
They'll run it with Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check 37, check 37. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Hey, Sam off.
To throw on 2nd down, Nicholson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Adams has it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
46. Hey! Good track, good track. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. Watch the pass.
2nd and 3. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Hughes. From the gun, he'll throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
At the 45-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I don't think you got it, son.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Carr. Over the middle. That's caught by Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Packers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Now.
54, right there, right
180. 180, we're good, we're good. 180.
One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Wide. Get wide. Alert flare. Flare. He get. Check 13.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Packers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.